The best goalkeepers in the world are like superstars. From a World Cup winning save to a career-ending moment, these are the 15 impossible saves in football. And first up, Julio Cesar had Lionel Messi struggling to believe what he'd just seen. Back in 2010, Inter Milan and Barcelona faced off in one of the most chaotic Champions League semifinals ever. Inter won the first leg 3-1, but Barca knew they only had to score twice at home, keep a clean sheet, and they'd be through. And minutes into the game, Inter got a red card. Barca immediately went on the attack, but the Inter defense refused to give in. Until Messi entered beast mode, went past two players on the charge, and curled one that was heading into the far corner. And the entire stadium was about cheering the goal, until Julio Cesar said no. Damn, what a save! Inter went on to win 3-2 on aggregate and advance to the final. And it's mainly thanks to that save. I haven't seen a save as crazy as that since Gianluigi Buffon had Zidane thinking he'd seen a ghost. The 2006 World Cup final was more than just a match for Zizou, because months back, he'd announced that this was going to be his last game as a pro, and so everyone tuned in to watch him one last time. He'd already given France the lead with a crazy Panenka, but Zizou wasn't finished yet because he knew France had to score more, or else Italy could find a way back into the game. So he was getting on the end of crosses into the box, and this one time, he angled the perfect header towards goal. But Gigi Buffon, the guy's a beast! One hand to save that bullet header, man, out of this world. Insane saves like this are great, but imagine making double saves with zero reaction time. That's David De Gea's reality. Back when he was still at United, De Gea's nickname used to be Spider-Man for a reason. He always managed to pull off a world-class save each game. But in 2018 against Arsenal, he was pulling off 2 in seconds. Amazing! But as crazy as this is, De Gea wasn't making double saves in a Champions League final like this Liverpool OG. 2005, Liverpool versus Milan, and Liverpool was getting thumped. Milan was already leading 3-0, but they didn't seem like stopping anytime soon. So they launched another attack into the Liverpool box, and once Andriy Shevchenko got his head to this one, it should have been a goal, man. But I can't even explain this. Alright, the first save was great, but that second one, insane! Kinda feels like karma was keeping tabs on this one, because years later, this time in 2019, it was Liverpool who had a goalie making double saves against them. The Super Cup final, and Liverpool were playing Chelsea. The game was end-to-end stuff, and this one time, Liverpool was all up in the Chelsea box trying to kill the game off. But Chelsea's goalie Kepa was having an incredible evening. That save to tip it into the post is out of this world. Kind of reminds me of the time Emiliano Martinez had to pull this off against the best striker in the world. Aston Villa versus Man City in the Premier League, and surprisingly, this was a top 4 clash. Villa had been surprising all season by being in the top 4. But now, they were up against Man City, and Erling Haaland wasn't messing around. The Villa defense were on their A-game trying to mark him, but pretty soon, he slipped away, and all he had to do was score to give City the lead. But Debu came to the rescue, twice! Haaland's face, man, dude was stunned! For Martinez, it was just another day at the office, because nothing beats the time when he won the World Cup with a career-defining save. In the 121st minute, added on extra time in the 2022 World Cup final, and with the game tied at 3-3, everyone was all set for penalties. Even the ref looked like he was ready to blow the whistle for full time, when France got one final opportunity. Kolo Muani was in, and as he prepared to take a shot, the whole stadium was up on their feet, man. Some of his teammates had even started celebrating the goal, until the ball didn't go in, because Dibu Martinez had pulled off the impossible. Man, if France had scored, there'd have been no time to come back for Argentina. And Martinez still went on to become a hero in the penalty shootout, a national legend. It takes balls to pull off huge saves in major finals, man. Guys like Dudek, Martinez, and Petr Cech too. In the FA Cup final of 2012, Chelsea was facing Liverpool in a huge match. The Blues took the lead early, but Liverpool wasn't going down without a fight, man. And after Andy Carroll powered his effort on goal, they legit thought they scored to equalize, until the replay showed Petr Cech had somehow stopped it from going in. What a save! Now, I gotta head over to the States, because just like Cech, another goalie was making saves like this in a major final. Only this time, he was so clutch, even his opponents had to admit it. In the final of the 2016 MLS Cup, Seattle Sounders faced Toronto FC in a pretty tight match. Both teams couldn't find a way through, and so after 90 minutes, the game went to extra time and looked quiet for a bit, until the 108th minute when it sparked into life. Toronto FC put a cross into the box, and striker Jozy Altidore got the perfect header on target. And here's where it gets insane. Seattle's goalie Stephen Fry was backpedaling, so when Altidore connected with the header, he had less than 2 seconds to quickly shuffle his feet across. But I guess these 2 seconds must have been enough, because… wow, that save was so crazy, even Jozy Altidore had to admit post-match that it was special. Looking at this now, I guess Jozy Altidore and Chicharito have something in common: watching goalies make unbelievable saves against them. Chicharito couldn't believe this one didn't go in. And he's not alone, because everyone else who saw this one was in shock too. Lloris isn't the only goalie on this list grabbing balls off the line. Augustin Marchesin somehow managed to do the same thing from an impossible situation. How the heck did he manage to pull this one off? Jaw-dropping saves are on another level, and that's where this cheat code goalie comes in. Guillermo Ochoa. I bet that this dude only appears at the World Cup. In 2014, when Brazil faced Mexico, Ochoa was pulling off all kinds of amazing stops, but this one to deny Neymar was top shelf. Neymar thought he scored, man. Heck, even I did. Incredible. Watching this one again, I knew I'd seen that look on Neymar's face before. Rivaldo had the same look on his face when Gregory Coupé shocked him and the entire No camp. Barca versus Lyon in the Champions League in 2001. And as expected, Barca was dominating the game all through. They became so good that they started forcing the Lyon players into making errors. And after a bit of pressure, Lyon's defender, Claudio Cachapa, almost scored one of the most incredible own goals I have ever seen. But Coupé not only managed to save his teammate, but somehow denied Rivaldo from point-blank range. I thought Rivaldo had a bad miss, but nah, Coupé deserves the praise, man. Incredible. But now, guys, it's time for the top 2. And this next dude, I don't think he needs any introduction. Manuel Neuer is probably the greatest goalkeeper of his generation, a living legend. Thing is, recently, Neuer's been facing a lot of criticism, because according to some haters, he's past it and isn't as good as he used to be. But in the game against Leipzig at the Red Bull Arena, Neuer proved that he still got it. With the game tied at 1-1, Leipzig was on the attack, and Marcel Sabitzer took aim from long range. Now, this shot was so intense, it swerved midair, and with Neuer having already gone the other way, it looked impossible to be able to pull off a save from there. But it's Manuel Neuer, man. Impossible is nothing. One-handed magic. Unfortunately, it isn't enough to take top spot, because at number 1, René Higuita shocked the universe. In Colombia's match versus England in 1995, I doubt many people would have been predicting René Higuita to be grabbing the headline after the match, but he did, and in spectacular fashion too. Jamie Redknapp whipped a cross into the Colombian penalty box that passed everyone. And with Higuita watching the ball safely arrive to him, everyone was expecting him to catch it. But instead, he did this. Amazing! If I tried that, I'd break my spine. Yet this moment still lives rent-free in the heads of many football fans till now. Quality stuff! Just like the videos on our channel, man! Hit that subscribe button to the channel now!